date on the Neko arc. All right, we'll let that one slide. I didn't say that out loud. Nobody heard that. Nobody heard that joke. That was an accidental joke that had more than one meaning. But they've made multiple public apologies in regards to this. By the way, it has been excessive. It has been excessive number of apologies. More apologies. More apologies. The more apologies. And a long ass thread of apologies, because in their TOS they said they don't do queer art. Oh no, we can't have that. Nuh-uh. Can't have that happening. So let us gander and reread this follow-up. As this person has, or as the main source of this problem has mentioned, is that it's all in terms of service. Like, I just opened VGen for a few days and was not aware of how the system worked. You know, this is just a fucking apology, and everything exploded. Things went wrong. I was not aware of how the system worked. It was completely my fault for not checking and understanding how request submissions are done. I wrote an important note saying do and don'ts will be discussed in DM since I was used to how other platforms work, but VGen is different. You have to submit a request first before being able to DM, and this was my fatal mistake. No, I'm not queerphobic. I'm surrounded by many kind queer people, both in real life and online, who have helped shape me into a kind of person, but apparently I chose not to engage in activities related to queer relationships while still being friends with queer people. I take full responsibility for the misunderstanding and will make sure this never happens again. I will update and rebuild my page with clear guidelines and info, and I deeply apologize to those who felt uncomfortable because of my lack of awareness. Thank you to everyone, and Powder chiming in. Thank you to everyone who took the time to point it out. I truly appreciate the chance to learn and grow from this, and I hope we can all be peaceful. If you still have any questions, feel free, please, to ask. For a homophobe, this is quite respectful. I'm just saying, for somebody who's supposed to hate people, it's pretty respectful. Pretty respectful. This is big chillin', respect. All right, we big chillin'. This is quite respectful. So all they did was just not accept a commission. I used to be able to see the original post. Did I get blocked? They didn't accept. I'm afraid to go to that page. They just didn't accept queer art. Yeah, and they refunded it, apparently, from what Jay says. It's been refunded. So nothing has been lost. No harm has been done. No money. No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. And it's continued. Somehow this apology and this clear misunderstanding and lack of and pure empathy was taken in a way that, I guess wasn't accepted. People did go to hate, as most people will. Reminder VGen has been after. I just want to remind anyone that this is my art account and comfortable space for me. Please also know that I do not justify or support of any form of queerphobia, though at this point some have labeled me as one. I truly hope that everyone here will also continue to keep this space kind and respectful. Honestly, you get a follow because you're clear and upfront. I like honesty. Honesty's chill with me. I ain't give a fuck. And this is where we're left at. We've had 2 apologies that felt quite heartfelt, and no, it harmed nobody other than anybody's feelings. It hurt some feelings. Wipes a tear from my eye. Oh no, my feelings. Oh no, my feelies. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry for leaving this account without updates for the past few days. During that time, I spent a lot of it reading, observing, and trying to understand various perspectives shared by different people. I kept the replies open because I believe everyone has their own view, and there's nothing wrong with sharing them respectfully. Among the many messages I received, I want to express my deepest gratitude to those who offered their support and kindness. Regarding the main issue, I will continue to stand by my decision and have since updated my VGen terms of service. Moving forward, I will make sure to be more mindful and do thorough research before making any decisions. I also want to thank those who showed concern for my well-being. Some people mentioned that I might have violated VGen's TOS, so I personally reached out to the VGen team through email to clarify and apologize for bringing their platform's name into this matter. The VGen team kindly responded confirming that I am allowed to decline clients' requests based on my personal boundaries and that it didn't violate VGen TOS. I'm still active on VGen and will continue taking commissions, this time with clearer preparation, awareness, and professionalism. And while this is social media, I truly hope everyone can be more mindful and take the time to verify information before making statements about things that haven't been confirmed. God, you're asking that of Twitter? Good fucking luck. There have been various forms of misinformation spreading about me, which unfortunately shifts the focus away from the main issue. One of it being me having drawn porn or NSFW. I don't hold any resentment towards those who misunderstood or spoke out of confusion. I understand how quickly things can escalate online. At the end of the day, I only wish for a healthy and respectful environment where both artists and clients can communicate openly without fear of misinterpretation. I'll keep striving to create art and build connections that reflect kindly and respect for everyone involved. I'd also like to sincerely apologize regarding my recent WhatsApp status. No, I do not wish anyone to ever hurt themselves. The caption I wrote was, I've had several moots saying this to me too. I hope anyone that jumped on me by sending death threats won't do the same thing to anyone else. Remember, guys, if you want to express your creativity in the way you want to do it, you deserve to die. Yeah. That's, yeah, you deserve death. Yep, I figured it out, chat. I figured out the secret. If you have anything you don't want to do because of your personal life choices and how maybe you live as a human being individually from other people, you deserve to die. Yeah, look, I'm gonna keep it a whole band, all right? If you're fucking, you could be whatever the fuck you want. Queer phobic, I don't give a shit. Whatever phobic you want to be, at no point in time is a death threat ever an acceptable fucking, like, terms. Doxing, death. I feel like we've gotten to we've grown beyond that point, as you know, we're death threat. We don't need to start doing that. All right, we don't need to start trying to make people feel endangered in their house whenever somebody's doing something that doesn't even cause anybody actual harm and hasn't even said anything causing actual harm. You just got your fucking fifis hurt and you decided to bandwagon on the fucking same freight train, and this is what happens. This is why nobody gives a fuck about you. Because what the fuck? This is insane. By sending death threats. Okay. Shouldn't have even been there in the first place. I'm sure I could probably find one in the comments of the first original post, but I digress. It was reckless on my part to upload it, and I understand how it could be interpreted differently. It was never my intention to cause harm or distress to anyone. Also, has nobody caught on that I'm pretty sure this person's like, remember, kids, you have a digital footprint that can be pretty easily tracked in 100 meters from your house and rapidly approaching. It could have been interpreted differently. It was never my intention to cause. It's actually funny you mentioned, remember, kids, how it could have been interpreted differently. It was never my intention to cause harm or distress to anyone. I am genuinely sorry for the hurt or confusion it may have caused. I only wanted to express my hope that no one else experiences what I did and that we all learn to treat each other with more understanding and respect. Again, I don't see why we would give this person death threats. However, I realize now that my way of expressing it was inappropriate and unprofessional, and I take full responsibility for that mistake. I hope this can serve as a reminder both to myself and others to be more mindful of what we share publicly, especially when emotions are high. Everyone deserves kindness and respect, even in disagreement. I agree. You did deserve kindness and respect. Whenever, people disagreed, but no, we can't have that. We can't have general human conversation. We just got to jump straight to threatening one another. Jesus. I hope this can serve as a reminder, both myself and others, to be mindful of Thank you for those who have spoken to me and helped me reflect on this matter. Your words have encouraged me to grow and become a more considerate person. I hope this will be the end of the discussion. Moving forwards, I'll always keep my head high and respect every religion, sexuality, and race. Why did race even get brought into this? Why did I don't understand. Why did race get brought into this? And religion. The projection? Maybe if we're making like a religion, like if they're arguing like it's due to their religion, they don't want to do it. It's projection. You're right, but like it's silly. I also want to make it clear that I hold no hatred or discrimination toward queer people. I truly respect everyone for who they are. With all due respect, I wish for everyone to not continue the conflict between queer and non-queer individuals that stemmed from my case. I truly hope this can be a moment for reflection and understanding, not division. So you want to know what we're not doing today, guys? You know what we're not doing today? We're continuing it. Because I immediately project every other opposing ideology onto him. Exactly. So I did not get this. This was not the original thing I found on Twitter. This was not. I did not originally find this on Twitter. But what I did find, I found someone that needed to be talked about. Some of y'all will see this and still say she's not a fucking homophobe. So, chat, would we like to take guesses the type of individual this person may be? Would we like to roll? Would we like to roll a D100 on the type of individual that this person may be? Everyone's gonna be like, he's going to say something about their gender. Nah. Now, first we're gonna roll the dice. First dice we're gonna roll is they're 17. And have a fucking opinion. And then in the same conversation, you're gonna put man-hating lesbian in your title, and you're gonna expect me to feel any sort of bad. You want to project hate, but then when someone is actually respectful, about their position, they understand their position and they don't want to do it through beliefs or whatever the fuck reason, they have been nothing but kind. They have been nothing but a nice individual. They have done nothing wrong. I'm not even going to open the fucking slippery slope of being like, if you can't, you have to work and this and that. No. As an artist, you have the ability to do whatever the fuck you want to do. Same goes for an establishment. If you have what you got to do, you got to do. You don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. It's called freedom. Suck it up. Same way this person has the ability to say that they're a man-hating lesbian and that they hate men, and they've probably expressed this to many men in their lives. I'm very sorry to anybody who must know this individual. My apologies. Actually, I really hope you don't know this individual. They're a minor. Oh boy. But this should be a clear, definitive 1-to-1 of how Twitter works. If you've ever wondered what is it like to be on the social media, what is it like to be on Twitter, is that you can stand by your own beliefs, you can live your life without interfering anybody, without hurting anybody, without causing harm, without making somebody lose money, without scamming, without cheating on anybody. You could live perfectly fucking normal. Like a regular human individual that you would walk past down the street and you wouldn't think a fucking second thought that they're a piece of shit. You would think, wow, I walked past that person. And then this is who you deal with on Twitter. The duality of man. Like, dog. Like, people are not your fucking boundary. Really? Really? People aren't your boundary? Really? When it comes to being a man-hating lesbian, people aren't your boundary? People shouldn't be your boundary. Stop. Oh my god. No, people shouldn't be your boundary, guys. I'm just gonna hate all of them, though. Like, this is such a duality of Twitter, dude. Like, 17, man-hating lesbian, can't even keep up with their own beliefs and immediately contradict themselves in the first post I've seen of them, and immediately contradicts it once again in their own fucking bio. What is this fucking website? What is Twitter? 5 hours ago. 5 hours. $12K likes, by the way. 12K likes. 12,000 people agree with this walking hypocrisy. Let's start with goals. How to counter the behavior. What are we... I don't know. This user probably would want Lou to cancel this person off the internet. She wants them to be recognized as a homophobe, most likely, and to be canceled off the internet. That would be my guess. If I was to take a guess, that would be my guess. That would be my gamble, right? That would be my guess. That would be my perspective and the general outcome of people attempting to cancel this person for being generally respectful. Again, generally respectful. They didn't say anything wrong. They're living their life their way. They can choose what to draw and not to draw. Don't care. But who are you? What do you want? Like, what is this? These... This is such a situation that, like, even if I wanted to, like, talk about this, It's good to determine what your goal is when emotionally charged. You would think, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with this. Like, in all honesty, people can be as free as they fucking want. They can hate whatever they want. That's the beauty of freedom, right? That's the world we live in. When would you stop being angry? What would appease you? Those are very good questions to ask, But like, why are we upset? Why are we like, this is so kind, so respectful, so nice. And it was even nice in the original post. At this point, it's just hate to hate. Like, it's like Lou says, if you cannot determine what condition you would have stopped after reaching, then you wouldn't have stopped, because it's hate to hate. Like, there's nothing wrong with this. I can't. It's literally just, you can be whoever the fuck you want to be. But to pop off on somebody who's been so nice about the situation and respectful to everyone around her and the people that have commented, for an immediate response to be angry, abusive, and defending their point in here is absurd. And they refute it, and they continue on and 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 about it. But this is the type of shit that I feel like is what makes like a VTuber fuck up. It's like this type of shit is what makes VTuber fuck up so volatile. Because this is on everything. Right? Like, this is fucking everything. Oh, fuck. Wrong way. Right? Like, this isn't the first case of volatile VTuber cancellation. Like, this is just volatile. And it is absurd. I'm unsure. I can't even be mad at any of this other than that one individual. But like, can you disagree with somebody being able to draw whatever the fuck it is they want to draw, or deny whoever it is they want to deny? Because this goes, this is one of those conversations that can go both ways. If they don't want to draw, if they only want to draw straight relationships, and somebody who isn't straight, do they have to draw straight relationships if they don't want to? It's just, let people be people. This is all this was. This is such a fucking nothing burger of a fucking conversation, once again, in Twitter, that like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And the only thing that I feel like people need to take from this is that, like, yes, there's artists that aren't going to do what you want to do, and there's artists, and they're up to their discretion. Like, are we going to come after every artist who doesn't do male bodies? Are we going to come after every artist who doesn't do, I don't know, furries? Are we going to go after every artist that just doesn't do those things? No, because that's unreasonable. So, like, if you saw this on Twitter and you're thinking about getting involved, just think about what you wouldn't want to do. Like, because this causes so much discourse in the idea of, like, at this point, this argument, and if this argument ever blows up and people try and defend this behavior, this reaction to Neko, they do realize that this in turn allows a consumer to essentially strong arm artists into drawing NSFW art. That is the hill you're dying on. If something cannot, if it gets to the point where you can strong arm artists to drawing whatever you want because you believe they should draw that, this is what you're going towards. Just give your money to artists that you like instead. It's not like this wasn't in their TOS in the begin with. That's the worst part about this, is they made it clear and upfront that this is in their TOS, that they don't do this. But we still have issues. Just if somebody doesn't want to do your art, or if somebody in their TOS says, I can't do queer, and I want to do queer, just go to somebody who does. They have the same freedom to deny your work as you do to just not give them it. If you don't like Hobby Lobby, you don't have to go to Hobby Lobby. If you don't like Five Guys, you don't have to go to Five Guys. If you don't, you don't. Just take that into consideration the next time you go to buy, art, take that into consideration. It's like, I complain about like VTube artists not doing male bodies. I complain about it because it's just a really big problem right now, because there's just not enough artists to do male bodies. That's the problem. Do I think they're wrong for doing it? No, they can do whatever the fuck they want. They can draw whatever the fuck they want. If they can't draw or don't want to draw men's bodies, they do not have to. It is not a mandatory. I'm not saying, well, all these artists that say that they do male bodies need to draw. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we need more artists that can do male bodies. And remember that personal boundaries may include unresolved trauma. Exactly. And so, I don't know, just be nice the next time you come across an artist and they don't, there's no reason that this needed to escalate to death threats. I don't get it. At no point, it doesn't matter if they don't draw what you want them to draw. Whoop-de-doo, Basil, take your business elsewhere. It's like whenever the cashier lady at McDonald's yells at you, you go to Burger King. You go home and make your own food. You don't make it a fucking big deal on Twitter and then double down with hate. And it's so dumb. It's so dumb. I'm the fact that this is even a fucking talking point on Twitter, the fact that her post has over 1 million views, this isn't that big of a deal. Like, it's so crazy that these small things are so explosive. I don't get it. I don't get it.